Hi, this is Arjun from Super Simple Software. I'm the technical expert on Super Simple ERP. Today, we're going to see how our solution on accounting will create a positive impact on your business. Accounting is an important feature of any industry. With our software, you'll be able to manage accounting with great ease and even get analytic responses from the software. There are a few concepts we need to look at in order to understand accounting. So let's start with invoices. We can buy and sell both products from supplier and customers in Super Simple ERP. Therefore, we have customer invoices and supplier invoices. Customer invoices are the invoices for the sales that we made to customers. Supplier invoices are the invoices for the purchases we made from suppliers. Here are a few examples of customer invoices. These are a few customer invoices. So, let's look at one of these invoices. What's there inside these? We have the totals, subtotals, balance, due dates, all the information we need to know in the tree view. We have these states that are drafts or paid or open, and the inside of a customer invoice looks like this. We have this invoice number, code, and we have this customer invoice date. We have a journal name, that is the journal in which all the debit and credit entries will be made. And we have the product eventually, and we have the appropriate taxes and the total that comes along with the taxes. So that's so much about invoices. Then we can register payment in an invoice because this invoice was not completed. So we can register, we can select payment method as bank, and let's put in some reference check number and click OK. There we have it. Now the status is paid for this invoice. Here in the social sharing, we can view all the states through which this invoice went. States can be open, paid. Invoices can be in draft state, in which case they will not have a due date, or sometimes they do have a due date. When the invoice is confirmed, it requires a due date. Then let's look at supplier invoices. Supplier invoices are much like customer invoices. They show you how and when goods were purchased in a clear and precise manner, with all the information you need to know, like a unique invoice number, total, quantity, date, supplier name, balance for payments if any, and more. Here we have, just like customer invoices, we have information, we have a purchase order linked to it. Now let's look at customer refunds. Since we are buying and selling things, obviously there will be certain times when we have to cancel transactions. Refunds serve this specific purpose. I'll show you one refund, how to create a refund. So we select a customer, we select a product for which we're going to make a refund. Let's select Firefox Bicycle for an example, and we hit save. Then we have to validate the refund just like you validate a invoice, and we have a total now. Now after this, when we register payment, the difference between an invoice and a refund is that in a refund the amount is negative. That means we're giving money instead of taking it. And we have to mention a payment method, cash or bank, and we hit pay. We can see our refunds in the tree view here. This is our refund, the one that we just completed. So after this, let's go to journal entries. Journal entries contain all the financial transactions performed ever in our software. This is the master to all the financial dealings of our company, all in one single convenient place provided in a simple user interface. Each transaction normally contains one posted entry and one unposted entry in the journal. Journals are manageable and new journals can be created with ease too. A journal entry looks like this from the inside with the debit and credit amount. It is all balanced. And let's look at how journals are created. We can create a journal from here. We can put a journal name, code, type, what kind of journal we want it to be, and there we have it. We can also create taxes. Let's try and create a custom tax for ourselves. We put in a tax name, custom tax, and we put in a fractional amount of how much the tax should be, 0.045. Tax included in price, and we fill all the essential fields and we hit save. Now when we look into our taxes, we can see our custom tax over here. Custom tax, that's the tax we just created. Let us now look at chart of accounts and chart of taxes. Let's look here. First we have to select a financial year for a chart of accounts, so that in that year we can see our balance sheet and profit and loss sheet. We have equity and liabilities in balance sheet, and we have assets. Inside equity and liabilities, we mainly have entries for current liabilities, like so. Most of the other entries are not filled because we didn't use them in our software yet. In our sample database over here. In profit and loss, we have total revenue and total expenses. In total revenue, we just have entries about revenue from operations. And we have so many of these entries over here, like total expenses, cost of maintenance consumed, cost of materials consumed. So similar to chart of accounts, we have chart of taxes, which shows information about our taxes. Taxes to pay. The only tax we have here is excess duty, that is 12 point something percent, 12.386. This one always gets added to our bills and invoices, which we usually see in the software. We can also set default taxes for bills and invoices so that those taxes can also be added. But right now we have only excise duty and tax base as base excise duty. That's pretty much it about accounting. We are not diving too deep into the technicalities of accounting because here in this video we are just concerned about functional aspects. But all the technical aspects have been taken care of in this software. It's all correct. I hope you liked these accounting features. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.